Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £250 of 50p's we're going to be hunting through, looking for commemoratives. Ones with more than face value, but ideally, new coins for the book. We need a Kew Gardens, we need a few more Olympics, and we're done. Outside the Kew Gardens, the Olympic Triathlon will be a lovely one to tick off. Otherwise, we've got all the more recent commemoratives, up to and including the most recently circulating commemorative 50p, the coronation one. So, let's get into these bags, see what we get today. Okay then, bag number one. As usual, we're going to open in real time. And I'll show you what we're looking for. So, that's Britannia, the standard definitive design which was used on 50p's up until 2008. I look out for 2008 dated ones because they are lower minted and I keep them. It was then replaced with the shield design. This was used from 2008 until 2022. Key dates of these are 2009, 10, 11, 16, 18 and 2021 for the non-circulating years that must have been busted out of a set to have made it into our change. There's also 2017, which is a low minted circulating year that again I keep my eyes peeled for. Our first commemorative is the Coronation 50p. There are two versions of this, one circulating and one not. Flip it over and check. The king is not wearing the crown. This is the version that was minted to be put into our change. If you find one that's got the king wearing a crown, that's not supposed to be in our change. Of course, there is a new definitive design, the Atlantic Salmon. As far as we know, it's only been minted for 2023 in very low numbers, so it would make for a fantastic find should we come across one. So, bag number one is out of the way. What we're going to do now is speed up until we find more. Oh, there's another one. Paddington at the Cathedral, one of 4 Paddingtons you'll find in your change. All fairly common coins though, but we like the variety. Oh, that's the 2008 Britannia. One of the key dates to look out for. Of course, I'm not looking specifically for the key dates during this part of the hunt. That's why I'm splitting out the Britannias you can see on my hand and the shields which I'm putting down on my desk, so that at the end of the video they're all nicely organised and I can just flick through them all and see if I've missed any other key dates. We've got Pride there, very nice. And there's Diversity Built Britain, wonderful stuff. And then we have Christopher Ironside, which I do like. A very common, very common, that's very and fairly common, altogether very common coin, but it's called Christopher and I'm called Christopher, so I keep all the ones I come across. Oh, Mrs. Tiggywinkle, our first Beatrix Potter character. Lovely. One of the 5 minted back in 2016. Oh, Battle of Hastings. So, Battle of Hastings is a nice coin. It's worth a smidge over face value, but it is also one of 10 coins you want to pay a little bit of extra attention to. These 10 coins were restruck back in 2019 to celebrate 50 years of the 50p. Those restruck 2019 ones were just put into sets and not put out into general circulation. So, if you get one of those 10, check the date on the head side, the obverse. So the Battle Hastings doesn't have a date on the obverse, but the 2019 restrike, it does say 2019 on the obverse. So this one is not a restrike. All of the restrikes are dated 2019. It would make for a very exciting coin to find. I've never found one, but I know others have, so I'm going to keep checking because it's one of those bucket list items. I would love to find one in one of my coin hunts. Oh, there's Paddington still at the cathedral. He's obviously enjoying sightseeing there. And there's Paddington at the tower. Lovely. There's another Coronation 50p. Will we get the crowned portrait? Not this time, unfortunately. Oh, very nice. Beatrix Potter, the anniversary, our second Beatrix Potter coin. No 2017s, bizarrely, given how common they are. That's surprising. Oh, a couple of things. Another Paddington, he's still at the tower. And then Coronation 50p with the uncrowned portrait as it should be in circulation. Oh, 2017 will be something. It's a Benjamin Bunny. He had to make an appearance, didn't he? He's the most common circulating commemorative 50p though. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's a little bit grubby. Peace, prosperity and pepperonis maketh the breakfast 50p. Try and check the date. 31st of January 2020 is the correct date for this. There are some that were minted with other dates on, as Brexit was intended to happen a couple of times before it actually happened. And allegedly, well, we know that some exist, but whether there are any in our change, I think it's worth checking just in case. We've got dictionary there, another very common coin. And Team GB from 2016, not one of those lovely 2011 Olympics, but we've not come across one of those today. And all of a sudden we're on to the last bag for today's hunt. We've had a nice range of finds, nothing sort of extraordinary yet, keyword yet, because we have all of these coins. In fact, I think that one's a Kew Gardens. Ah, mistaken. Oh well. We'll carry on. Anyway, links are down in the description of this video. You can use the link to come and join my coin collecting Discord server if you so wish. I got that in a bit of a muddle. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO Box address if you'd like to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, the company I work for as my day job, so please do check them out too. Right, pulled out all the commemoratives and was just going to whiz through the coins off to the side and see if we've missed any exciting key dates. Well, one key date to add to our roster, it is another 2008 shield, so we don't want it. Okay, no more key dates, just the 2008 Britannia. I believe that I won't re-record that. The shield must have got into my pile of Britannias. Okay, so we have here, I remember flicking past it and not thinking much about it, but I saw it again and I paused a bit longer to have a look at it, and I think it's kind of cool. It's not an error. It is just a coin that has been damaged and worn away. Whether, I know some people call them washing machine coins, that they've ended up in a washing machine and been worn flat over a long time, or someone's, I don't know. It feels very smooth, so it doesn't feel like I don't know, it's been like rubbed against a pavement or something abrasive like that. But you can see that there is this, you can almost see there's a layer there that's peeling away. But no value, but an intriguing little oddity for sure. Star finds, I might pick Beatrix Potter at the anniversary, although I do like this weird smooth Britannia. What year was it? 97. Oh, no, it's 97 because of the portrait, so there we go. Lovely stuff. Let me know in the comments what you'd pick as a star finder. If you beat me, and I'm sure many of you in the comments will have beaten me in terms of a star find, let me know what 50p's you've been finding in the comments too. All it leaves me to do now though is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.